What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janine. Thank you so much for tuning back in if you are a returning subscriber. But if this is your first time joining me, thank you so much, first of all, for checking me out. But make sure you lock into my channel by clicking on that subscribe button and also by clicking on the notification bell. That way you don't miss an episode of anything that I do here. Today, I'm going to be reacting to comments on a few of my videos. So if you're interested in hearing those reactions, make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Let's go ahead and hop into it.
I look like money, grab your camera, I'll say cheese. What am I supposed to do? When my life look like my pictures do. What? He still ain't posted you. Come let me show you what you supposed to do. Go, bounce up on that dude. Go show these niggas they can't F with you. Look what you made me do. I gotta show you how it will move.
You know, I actually really been wanting to do this video a long time. I have really been appalled at some of the things that people have been saying to me in my comments, the way people have been attacking me because of my opinion, but I've also been surprised by the amount of support that I've received as well. The first, well, probably all of my comments will come from the girl trip video, just because that's my most viewed video. But let me go ahead and pull that up here. Look, this video has 20,000 views and 274 comments. So we're gonna go through some comments here. Now in this video, I talked about my experience on my last girls trip. I committed to not going on any more, and I haven't been on any, but I talked a lot about my experience with the females that I thought were my friends, and why I wouldn't be moving forward with them in the future. But the moral of the video, or the moral of the story, was really about discernment. It was about how God tells you things. He gives you feelings in your spirit, urges in your spirit, but he tells you what things are. That way you can act accordingly, and how God kind of reveals people's characters to you. But let's go ahead and hop into a few of the comments. Let's see, I see one comment that says, next time set your alarm, sis. Never depend on someone to wake you. Sis, I did set my alarm. My phone volume was turned down, which is the reason that I did not hear the alarm and missed my flight the next morning. The moral of the story when it comes to me telling that part about the flight is that one of my friends had a flight that left near the time I was leaving, and she did not wake me up before she left, which is weird in itself if we all know we're leaving around a certain time. And then the second friend let me sleep even longer, even after the girl left, and she laughed when I asked why didn't anyone wake me up. Okay, let's go to the next comment. This one says, I'm an extremely intuitive person from New York. However, this woman conveniently found hidden meaning in every single interaction she had with the people described in this video. It's given paranoid schizophrenia. Very few of the itemized interactions are actually valid. Taking photos in an NYC hotel expecting courtesy is laughable. We literally have a reputation for being the meanest group of people on earth. This woman is either naive or delusional. Almost nothing closes early in NYC. We're literally the city that never sleeps, so them being unable to find food is sus. Even when restaurants are closed, food trucks are parked on every corner and crevice of NYC. In fact, most of them are catered to the night crowd. Now it says, the expectation that someone deliver a compliment about you is unrealistic. The curling iron and phone charger theories were reaches at best. When called into question, the very few valid points that she had. And there was no nexus whatsoever between her trip and Shanquella's. To be frank, it's disrespectful that she tried to create one. I found her concluding the story by emphasizing that she told the truth interesting. The truth, or lack thereof, is irrelevant to this story because there is no indication that anyone disputed the things that she said. Also, most of the instances that she itemized can be called into subjectivity, which means nothing can be taken conclusively. Especially because she affirmed in the beginning of this video that the instances itemized were confirmed via vibes. Vibes aren't facts, they're feelings. If you were an intuitive person from New York, then why weren't you intuitive enough to understand that this is my experience? I'm telling a video about my experience. I'm giving a recollection of my experience with the females on the trip. First of all, I'm confused. Like, are you a lawyer, sis? First of all, I don't know where you live at in New York, but I was in Manhattan, and in Manhattan on a Sunday night, in the middle of the night, there's nothing open. I know for a fact that there was nothing open because I had a date planned, and my friends came back to the room after they went to try to go get something to eat from a place we had eaten out the night before, and they said it was closed. So therefore, it was closed. I hate when people who don't go on trips, don't go nowhere, they don't have nothing going on, they be around here giving opinions and giving expert commentary. Like, you can have these thoughts about me. You can say I'm delusional, I have schizophrenia. You said my interactions are invalid, and there are no relation to Shanquilla, even though Shanquilla went on a trip with people who she thought was her friends that turned out to be a deadly one for her. You're so intuitive, but you're not intuitive enough to understand the correlation between those stories. How going out of town with friends could end or result in your death. And how to spot out fake friends before it goes to death or before death happens. But obviously, you're one of the people who Shanquilla was in the room with. You're one of the people who I was in the room with. You're not on my side. So for you to type this long paragraph. And then I responded to her. I said, since you took the time to add all these paragraphs to your original comment, because she had one comment before, it was very short. I guess she felt some type of way and decided to add more to it. I told her, I'm not reading all of this. I'm not reading all of this. You're intuitive, but where's your discernment? That's what the video was about, not the story. The story was just a method to get the message to you. Now, she told me I was crazier than Sykes in Bellevue Hospital. But she has Christian in her bio. Y'all see how the Christians act? Let's see. Kay Hayes said, this story is what I needed to hear. I question myself on why I'm so careful with who I let in my space. My discernment, God, your story, and Shaquilla's story confirms people have to earn your trust and loyalty. Also, people need to be comfortable with being alone. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting, because that's what the message was all about. Really be careful about who you're around, especially when you're going out of town with the person, because you never know what could be the end result of that one decision you made when it comes to going on a trip. You know what? This one girl responded to that comment, but she also put another comment, but she's so pressed to get people to agree with her. Let me go ahead and read her comment. It's called Toya Judge 6817. Now, Toya Judge has 2 subscribers and 6 videos, which tells me she does not have the ability to lead anyone, because if she did, she wouldn't be in my comments worried about what I got going on, especially in a negative way. If you're being positive, you're welcome, but if you're not being positive, that's what it is. But she said, is it me, or did the lady telling the story seem to be the issue? She admits that she didn't want a 4th person, didn't care to get to know her and analyze the 4th person, every word and move. It also seems like she's a bit, I'm better than all of you. What? Yes, your arm got burnt, but not because of the hot iron on the bed. It's because you didn't pay attention. The fact that the 4th person was trying really hard to make sure you like her, and your response was, why do you care? You are tearing apart the gift that she gave when the B-Day girl didn't. Yes, ma'am, it's you. Then she commented on the other person's comment too, who told me that this was what they needed to hear. Then the comment disappeared. I ain't gonna go in on that. But let me say this. I never said I didn't want a 4th person there. I said I didn't understand why they invited this 4th person when they've been talking about this 4th person to me. Also, I didn't say I think I'm better than anybody. You think I'm better than you. You think I'm better than everybody, which is the reason you said that in your message. If you didn't think that, you wouldn't even said it, because that never came out of my mouth, but you're projecting. You also got on me about me trying to figure out why this person cares if I like them. I don't go through life worried about who likes me. I go through life existing, which is the reason I posted this video. I'm going through life existing. I could care less about who likes me, who doesn't like me, who disagrees, who agrees, anything like that. I'm just showing up as myself, and I like people around me who do the same. And lastly, you talked about me talking about the birthday gift. You made like leftover gifts and last minute gifts and being thought of last minute, but I don't really like that. And I don't think it's cool to tell another person that that's how you thought of them. So let me get this straight. I put an idea for my birthday gift in the group chat, and you go buy the gift for yourself, right? And because it didn't fit you, now all of a sudden you want to give it to me. Why would that make you feel special? I don't understand. That wouldn't make me feel special. So nobody's trying to tear apart a gift. I'm trying to tear apart the intention behind the gift. You had no intention of giving this to me initially. You bought it for yourself and it didn't fit you, so now here you are giving it to me when you was originally supposed to buy it for me in the first place. But I don't understand how people listen to a 55-minute video and disagree with me. So let's go to the next one. Somebody said, girl, you being super analytical is so normal for me because I'm the same way. They always just want any kind of engagement, especially negative energy. You did great holding your composure. This energy ain't free. I appreciate you, Indiganor. That was nice. Somebody says, it feels like you're difficult to hang around with. Being this analytical about everything is exhausting and kills the vibe. There are so many things you mentioned that I feel are a non-issue. Sometimes just let things roll off your shoulders and relax. Ooh, I should relax. Kathy Shy 111, I should relax. No, I'm not gonna relax. This is my experience. If I don't like something that somebody does, you telling me to put up with it for the vibes. To not kill the vibe. But my vibe was killed. I'm not understanding. Why is it okay for my vibe to be killed but not everybody else's? I don't understand. And keep in mind, I'm not different. These people who went on this trip knew how I felt. No, I'm serious about my energy. I'm serious about my friendships. I'm serious about my interactions. And they still brought someone around me who they don't really like themselves. They have told me this verbatim. And they still decided to bring this person around me and expected us to hit it off. It didn't work like that. Somebody said to me, you're not tripping. Intuition is a real feeling. It's like your first mind. Sweetie, you follow it. Great video. Thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody else said, I enjoy your story time. And just like you, I am a loner and an introvert. I do not get along with women. It seems like they are jealous of me and I have nothing. No friends but God. But I'm cool with that. God bless, sis. I feel you. I'm cool with that too. God bless you too. This other girl said, more story times, please. It's validating to hear that others go through this as well. Solo trips only for me until I find my tribe. Same, sis. Same. Somebody else said, I'm trying to really get through the story time and then express my opinion. Because maybe it will all make sense then. You say this. You start off your comment with this, but you still decide to comment. So you didn't wait. Okay, it says, but I feel like, for instance, if we're out and someone says me and my friend look nice, I don't make it a point to go back and tell them. I say thank you and carry on. I wouldn't be offended or feel some type of way if they did not report back to me. Granted, that's just me. You are right. It's spiritual, though. I thank you for ending it with that because it is about spirituality. I could care less if somebody compliments me. I get compliments daily. I could post right now and get 1 million compliments. Look at me. I'm not hurting for compliments. The point was, this girl held back a compliment. Friends don't have a problem, real friends, they don't have a problem complimenting other friends. They don't have a problem complimenting females in general. If I see somebody looks nice, I'm gonna definitely let them know. If somebody compliments somebody else to me, I'm gonna go back and let them know for sure because I care that they are praised. I care that they get positive energy fed to them. This girl hears a compliment. She tells us everything else. She's talking about sex 24/7, penis 24/7, men 24/7, but you can't come back and give your girls a compliment. The girl told me the same thing. Oh, everybody looks nice, blah, blah. I told the other girl, blah, blah, blah. I come back like, oh, y'all look nice. Because I have no problem complimenting another female, but you missed that. Y'all be talking about y'all want girls and stuff, but when it's time to look out for that, you're missing it. You're missing it. I could care less about the compliment. It was the fact that I don't think she withheld the compliment on purpose. I don't care about her giving it to me or not. But if somebody says I look nice and you're purposely trying not to compliment everybody because you feel some type of way, people gotta look out for that. I'm bigging up my friends 24/7. Hell, I'm gonna take their pictures. I'm all on them like, girl, you look great. You look amazing. If somebody else told me, girl, I'm telling you, everybody should say you look amazing too. But there's no coincidence. God brought the girl back in the bathroom to relay the message to me. I just went back to the table and relayed what I said. Like, that's weird. You didn't come back and say nothing. Oh, I forgot. Okay, you did not forget. And I just want people to be honest. And she was honest. Was like, Girl, I didn't think y'all cared about the compliment. No, you said you forgot, but you lied. You didn't forget. That just happened to you. Anyway, this is the same person actually. It said, even the situation with the mirror and trying to take pictures, I don't know. I guess I just be oblivious and maybe I need to have more discernment. I just don't look deep into stuff, and I hate when people look deep into everything that I'm doing and then tell me what I meant and be all wrong. Oh, I literally be like, I didn't even know you were taking a picture. I was in another world. So I get what you're saying. I'm gonna agree to disagree. I get what you're saying. You don't like people that look that deep into stuff because you're not a person that looks that deep into stuff. So when somebody else does it to you, it's kind of weird for you because you're not deep. And I get that, but I just wish y'all stayed on the shallow end of the pool instead of coming in the deep end with me. Then we're deep on this channel. We're gonna read into stuff. We're gonna see the hidden meaning behind people's messages. Because at the end of the day, you can have someone read for exactly who they are, and they're gonna tell you that you're lying. They're gonna tell you that it's not true. They're gonna tell you you're wrong about how you intuitively feel, but you know you're right. Prime example, I went on a date with a guy, and this particular date I went on, I had ghosted the guy a couple of times, ignored him a couple of times. I had really not given him the time of day at all. So he kept coming back around, kept coming back around. This one time in particular, I had nothing else going on, so I obliged him and went on a date with him. Before he showed up, he was so late. There was another guy in the bar who walked over to me, had time to buy me a drink, chat me up, and everything else. So this is how late the guy was. The guy showed up and was like, "Oh, you already bought you a drink?" I said, "No, I didn't buy me a drink." He said, "Where you get the drink from?" I said, "Oh, somebody bought it for me." He got upset because somebody had bought me a drink, but you late. Why do you care? You're late, right? Then after that, he was being completely rude the entire night until finally, and he's still buying me stuff or whatever, but until finally I'm like, just be honest with me. He said, "What you mean?" I said, "Just tell me you feel some type of way that I've been ghosting you and not giving you the time of day, blah, blah, blah." He said, "No, I don't feel no type of way about that." I said, "Yes, you do." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, you were late and you've been being extremely rude the whole time you've been here. Like, I just want you to keep it 100 and not be passive aggressive about it. If you feel some type of way about it, we could talk through it. And he still tried to tell me I was wrong. You could tell he tried to switch his energy a little bit since he noticed I could tell how he was acting or what he really felt, but he still couldn't hide it. Anyway, we spend, some more time together. We go to another spot or whatever like that. But either way, the night, for me, it was like, I'll never see this guy again. So the next day he's calling my phone. I'm not answering again. And he's texting me or whatever like that. But I wanted to put him out of his misery. So I didn't respond until he said something worth me responding to. So he finally sent me a text and told me, "Hey, you know what? You're right. I actually did feel some type of way last night. I thought I was doing a good job of hiding it, but I guess I wasn't because you called me out on it. But yes, I did feel some type of way about you, treating me like I was regular." Because everybody thinks there's a celebrity in their head. So when you treat them like you have no time for them, when you really don't, then they feel some type of way and they want to kind of get back. But he said he was really surprised by how nice I was and what a pleasant, person I was to be around, and how he wanted to try to get to know me more, and he wanted to try to start over on another foot. But I let him know, like, no, I'm not interested, because last night was a time for you to tell me that you really felt some type of way. When I gave you an opportunity to be upfront about it, but that just showed me that you're not standing on business about your feelings. You don't really know how you feel. It wasn't cute to me that he couldn't admit that he felt some type of way right then and there, and that's how he was treating me. But I knew I was right. So when people try to tell me that I'm not right about stuff, I don't like that. I know I'm right. I'm reading you. You think you're different, but you're like 100, 200, 300 other people that I've met in my life. Like, you're not different. You're not different. And that's what I want people to understand. People are not different. They're not different. New levels, same devils. People are not different. That spirit that you encountered before, same spirit in this person. That's how I know why people are treating me certain ways and why people are doing certain things. That's how I know. Because you're not slick. This is not nothing new to me. I've been alive 31 years. I know when somebody's treating me a certain type of way, period. Let's see. Another person says, "This video will and needs to blow up. You spoke so many facts and I watch this a lot. It's a reminder to me that I'm more important than any friendship I have. Thank you again." And this is the second comment that girl left. So shout out to you for really feeling me, for really leveling with me on this video and giving me a chance to really get my message across to you. I'm glad you received it. Now this one says, "The lion was the first red flag. I would not have went." You are absolutely right. When they had lied to me about the previous trip and everything, I should have not went on the trip, but I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I didn't even say this in that video, but on our first night when it was just me and the 2 other friends and the 4th person hadn't shown up, the 2 friends that I had, they actually broke down. They were crying. They were apologizing to me about how they've been treating me. So that is the reason I took everything so personally on the trip. We had a woman-to-woman moment. We had a genuine moment, I thought. And then they turn around and treat me how they treated me on the trip. So you're absolutely right. I shouldn't have went. This other person says, I feel like you automatically ascribe negative intentions to people. I knew these girls for years. How do I automatically ascribe negative intentions to people? Some of the things you're describing sound so benign to me, but you interpret them as some overblown conspiracy against you. We fight not against flesh, but spirits and principalities. Yes. So yes, this is against me. This is towards me. I don't think these people wanted you to go on the trip with them because you seem a bit exhausting. If somebody didn't want me to go on a trip, guess what? I wouldn't have been there. So I want y'all to stop saying that in the comments. They didn't want you to go anyway. If they didn't want me to go, they wouldn't invite me. Period. I haven't been invited before, so I'm telling you. If they didn't want me to go, I wouldn't have been invited. This next person said, I was invested this entire video. I'm so happy you stuck to your intuition. It's never worth it to be friends, just to have friends. I learned that as a teenager, found out very quickly that protecting your energy should be the #1 priority. I love your confidence. Thank you. You know what's crazy is that people see in you what they see in themselves, right? So if they dislike something in themselves and you have that kind of quality, then they're going to criticize you about it. But, you know, when people are just like you or they have similar characteristics of you and stuff like that and they can relate to you, then they're going to have a more positive reaction to you as opposed to if they have an opposite spirit. So I wish some of the negative commenters realized that we just weren't compatible spiritually and not commented on the video. But we live in this real world where people will feel negativity or feel negative reactions or they don't like your opinion and they don't want you to express your opinion, but they want you to hear theirs, so they're going to comment negativity as opposed to keeping it pushing. And if not one time I've been on social media and I didn't like something somebody said, I'm in the comments. Now if I don't like something you said, I'm going to move on my day. So another person said, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but a darkness has overtaken many people. Personality changes, lots of unprovoked anger, attitude, and jealousy from people who claim to care about or love you. Yes! Ephesians 6:11-12. Put on the whole armor of God that ye may be able to stand against the wills of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Stay prayed up. Oh my God, didn't I literally just say something about that verse? It's not physical. This is all spiritual. It just plays out in the physical world a certain type of way, but it's really how you feel in the spirit. This next one says, God is good. It's so crazy you can do 101 things for someone but miss one event and they will hold a grudge against you for life. I'm glad you said that because I pointed out in the video, a girl said that she was not acknowledging the things the 4th girl was doing or how she was behaving because she showed up for her birthday the previous year and I hadn't. And how can I argue with that? I got quiet after that and I completely kind of removed myself from the trip because how can I argue with that? You're holding the fact that somebody showed up for you last year as opposed to holding me up when I show up for you all the time. I've driven 3 hours to come get you before. No gas money included, no nothing. Like the things I've done for these women, let them stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Let them take refuge in my home. I mean, there's so many things that I've done for these women. And that's the reason I felt so strongly. But people don't think about that. This next one says, as an older woman, I admire and respect your views and insight about those people. God bless and stay woke. Thank you. The next person said, you had me die. You tell a great story. I'm sorry about your burn though. Who leaves a hot appliance on the bed like that? I would have become unglued. Exactly, because you care about yourself. So yeah, you're going to get upset if you get burned when it could have been avoided. Appreciate you for agreeing with me. Somebody said, Janique, you're on it, honey. I am 56 and I'm removing people from my space today. I'm also an introvert and very spiritual. Continue to honor spirit and you will remain fierce and on your game. Keeping your space peaceful allows you to hear and see as you already know. Keeping toxic company flaws your connection to God and spirit. Oh my God, I love you. What's your name? Conversations. Cute name, by the way. But yes, ma'am, I'm glad you agree with me and you get it. You absolutely get it. Why would I surround myself with toxicity? If I wasn't actually going through something negative, I wouldn't be feeling negative emotions. If somebody wasn't trying to be hurtful towards me, I wouldn't feel negative emotions. I don't think people think about them. Why would I feel this emotion if it's not accurate? Somebody said you was tripping just a little bit, sis. No, I wasn't, sis. I'm not your sis, by the way. Next one says, it's so important to understand when you're in a group of people who do not mean you well at all. The body language and energy is always there. Thank you for this upload. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree. Next person said, no, you're not weird. They are. And truly, it's a fact that God ain't going to bless no mess. Always trust your first intuition. It's a gift from God. Thank you. The next one said, I enjoyed your video. I'm glad God gave you the revelation about these girls. He definitely be looking out. Yes. Somebody said, you got me when you mentioned how spiritual people can peep things around and actually read the intentions. I have always been like that. And actually, in the beginning, I suffered because my friends would say I was just being mean or just reaching. But then I turned out to be right all the time. So now they just listen to me. I wish I had friends like that listen to me because I'm right all the time. But no, they rather bump their head on their own, and I'm fine with that. The next one says, exactly, you were not tripping at all. They showed you who they were at first. They felt bad about how you responded and tried to make it right by continuing to call you and making an effort to invite you on a trip they never intended for you to come on in the first place. Lesson learned for real. But I still wouldn't have gone with them. My mom always told me never go somewhere where you're not invited, even if they try to invite you after the fact. If you are not a part of the initial plans, you were not intended to be there. Now, don't mix up the story. I wasn't a part of the summer trip initially. Apparently I was, but somebody did not invite me on purpose. Even though the person's trip, who it was, invited me. But this last trip I was invited on. But you're right. I shouldn't have went in the first place. They probably didn't intend for me to go. But the next comment says, this video is spot on. I too have the same inner dialogue when it comes to people's energy and the subtle shifts in vibe and behavior. You helped me confirm something from my childhood. I have a burn on my back that looks identical to the one on your arm for the exact reason. The exact same reason. I had already made the steps to get away from those Jezebels. I love that for you. I love that for you. And we healing nicely, okay? Somebody said, listen, I would have missed all the signs because all seem very small, but you sound like you're tripping to me. But being there and feeling the vibe is different than hearing all of the tiny things. And I'm glad you respect that being there would have been different for you. Next person says, some things you said were weird. Some of the things seemed like you just wanted to have a problem with or think that people were out to get you. Some of the things you described made it seem like you were the one being the mean girl. Maybe y'all just don't need to be friends and that's why this happened. How am I being mean when I'm the one that got burned? I'm the one that listened to them talk about each other, that hearing them disrespect each other. How am I being mean? Because I care. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody said, thanks, beautiful. I needed to hear this because I be feeling bad when people say I don't like anyone, but it's because so many people are like this. And I can't shake those feelings and I'm done trying. I just be calling folks out and then wonder why I have no friends, LOL. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The right friends are going to accept you for you. My friends accepted me when it wasn't towards them, right? But when I start peeping out and calling out their behavior, all of a sudden it's a problem. Nah. Take me as I am or have nothing at all. That's what Mary said. Take me as I am. But y'all, I actually got to wrap this up because I got to make dinner here in a second. I'll make part 2 of this video. I got to make dinner. But I hope you got something from my message today. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. I'll see y'all in the next video. Janique here, Janique TV. Peace.